everyone, I'm Michele Rame. I'm with Star One Realty Group, and this is my favorite partner and broker, Jeff Meyer. So Jeff, this one is our chat, and we're going to talk about what we do.
Yes.
So we're going to kind of take a little bit from the market in a minute, and then we're going to incorporate what we do. So first of all, that said, 75 homes came new on the market, and how many did we have in the last 7 days?
Last 7 days we had 3. 9411 Cherokee, which is a mobile home right around the corner. We listed that one for $114,900. 11111 White Oak, we listed for $175,000. And last but not least was 10814 Hachita, we listed for $205,000. And the nice thing about Hachita, Michelle, you want to tell them about Hachita?
About 4 years ago, I sold him that house, and now he's going to go live with his son. And so he got a card in the mail, and he said, I'm going to call him up and have him sell that house for me.
What did he pay for the house 4 years ago, Michelle? Exactly.
He paid $100,000 exactly.
And we sold, and we listed it for $205,000, expecting to get $205,000. So this week we listed right around $500,000 worth of homes.
Right, and then the other ones that we have here is Cherokee. She lives right around the corner from me.
Yes.
And then the lady on White Oak, who's coming on the market, she was a referral from the lady across the street.
Yes.
She, when we had our TV show Rocking Florida Real Estate every Sunday, she always watched it, and she said, you got to call them. And her house was like a time warp back to the 1980s, and everything was just foo-foo. And she was, her niece called her a girly girl.
Girly girl.
And those of us who are girly girls, we know it. I have 3 hockey sons. I try to be a girly girl, but their girlfriends are. Anyway, so moving on. Pendings. 117 went pending in the last 7 days.
Wow.
How about us, Jeff?
We got 7 under contract.
7 out of 117.
You sure about these 7? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's go right down the list. Cherokee's already under contract. We got a quick call in the morning. Called Bruce up.
Today, Friday, right after Thanksgiving.
Michelle, you want to tell them about how that went down?
Well, Jeff called Bruce and said, Bruce, I got a buyer for you. Cherokee's up by our house. Bruce got a hold of him. He's not here in town. He wants to be here by Christmas. So this is an out-of-state buyer. We help them all the time, and going by pictures and information, he bought the house.
And when are we closing, Michelle?
We're closing on December 10th. I called her up. I said, can you be gone before Christmas? And she goes, I'm ready to go now.
I can move now.
And so I said to the buyer, I was talking to him, I go, can she leave? He goes, she can leave everything. I'm just coming with my pants and shirt. So she's gonna take what she needs, and they're gonna go on that.
So here we are. We listed your house. When did we list your house?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And when did we sell your house?
Today.
And how long was your house on the market? Do you have any clue?
24 hours or so. I don't know.
6. Okay. And what happened? You got a call.
And said that we had a buyer at full price.
And how are they paying for your house?
Cash.
And who is the buyer?
Myers.
That's right. And Michelle. Michelle's actually videotaped. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
So the commission that you're paying is 3%.
Okay.
Perfect. We sold it full price, cash, 3%, no home inspection.
Wonderful.
Now I do this all the time.
When does it close, Jeff?
The 10th of December.
Wonderful.
Now here's the question of all time. Who are the best realtors in the world?
Jeff and Michelle from Star Realtors.
That's all we needed to hear.
On that one. And who else was there?
Okay.
Oh yeah, the cheetah guy, he's moving in with his son as well. So.
Yes.
All right, so 117 closed.
No, we're still doing pending.
Oh, I've lost my mind.
That's
Go.
okay. You're doing great.
Go.
The next one is on Morning Court. That one went under contract, of course, full price. It took about 3 weeks, I think, on Morning Court. A lot of showings, and the right buyer, $325,000. He didn't want to come down a penny. He said, Jeff, I hired you. I wanted full price, and that's what I want. And that was what he got.
And there was a little bit of a lull at the beginning of the month, because the market kind of went from that 7 days to more like 14, 15. So.
Okay, the next one's a cute one. This is 6030 Boxwood. We put it under contract at $224,000. $9.95. No
And
comment?
she's no comment.
No comment?
Well, that was another one, a referral from the friend who lives up in Beacon Woods.
Yes.
And she said, "Who do you know?" And here we are. So, and she said, "Someday when we want to sell our house, we're going to call you as well." So, but
Yeah, that was one of the nicest compliments we get.
yes, that was another referral. Okay, who's next?
Pear tree, 11625 pear tree. Not partridge in a pear tree, exactly what I said last week, but pear tree. Under contract, full price, $220.
And she called me and she said, "Michelle, you made our Thanksgiving. We don't have to worry anymore." They're moving down to South Florida. They love Summer Tree, but moving down with family, so them and their 2 little kitties are gonna go.
It was cute because she called the other day and she was worried. And I said, "You don't have to worry, you don't have to worry." She said, "Well, when can I worry?" I said, "Why don't you worry the Monday after Thanksgiving?" She said, "Okay, we won't worry." That was the gentleman with the trains.
Yes.
Oh, I used to have an N-scale train track, my dad and I, and when I saw that, I went back 35 years. Let's talk about Foxworth, 11615 Foxworth, listed it at $2.25. Michelle, what did we sell that one for?
We sold it for full price and tic-tac-toe 3 in the row. The one that we closed last week, they're neighbors to these folks, and they're down from New Jersey, and they're going to be moving back home.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 3 in a row. Actually, on that street, I had Deb look it up. In the past 2 or 3 years, we've sold 6 houses, including these 3, on that street.
Summer Tree.
Summer Tree, we love Summer Tree. Let's talk about Hicks. This one was cute. 12131 Hicks, sold under contract to 118. Michelle, what did I like best about Hicks?
Hicks has a huge pond in the back, and he was like, what do you call him? Big bass?
Largemouth bass.
Largemouth bass. Well, anyways, and they're moving. They bought, I think, their friend's house. And anyways, they called up and they said, "You know, we don't have little kids anymore. Would the buyer like to have the swing set and a trampoline?" And the buyer said that she would totally appreciate that. So that was a nice one also.
And the last one, and this one was a cute one, 11228 Versailles, listed for 145, under contract for 145, 5 showings. Our magic number is 5. If we have 5 showings, we get a contract on it, then it's my job to, well, most of the time it's my job, to get us up to full price. Our sellers love full price.
Right, and they live in still our neck of the woods too. They moved up to these states, and we've sold a lot of houses in the states too.
So we put under contract $1.4 million this week.
We've been busy.
We've been busy.
And then let's see, in the last 7 days, 124 houses were closed out and sold to new owners. Jeff, how many of those were ours?
4.
Good
That's
deal.
like 2. That's a little over 2%.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start at the beginning. 7225 Oakcrest, one of Michelle's favorites.
I loved it. They had the nautical theme throughout, the light
Yes.
blue, and they had the boats and everything. They moved up the road to Inverness,
Yes,
I
they
believe,
moved
and
up a
it's
ways.
very nice up there.
Since she didn't let me tell you the sale price, Michelle, do you want to guess what the sale price of the house was?
Full price. Moving on.
This isn't fun if you know that they're all full price. I gotta have you guess the number. 191,995. Let's talk about Green Meadow.
Green Meadow. I loved Green Meadow because they had the cute little dogs and a little white dog. Her name was Bella. And then they had another brown dog, and he was like 13 or 14.
Yeah, he was older.
And his name was Buddy, and I loved him.
He was everybody's buddy.
Yep. They moved down to Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, and the son owned a condo. So they're moving in there.
What was cute about their house in the corner in the curio set?
Oh, okay. So they have it when we come in. We always have, it's so funny, people like to play games with this thing. He has this curio cabinet full of elephants.
Right.
And what was which one had a baby?
The one you could see the baby elephant inside
Yeah, it was
the other
Find the Pregnant Elephant. And there were hundreds of them in
there.
there.
There must have been 150,
Oh my
200
God,
elephants
there's so,
in
you know those glass shelf ones? But what they did with those elephants was one of the grandkids came and took pictures of them all, sent it to all the cousins and the grandkids, and then she packaged them up and sent them off. And I thought that was so sweet.
Okay, Michelle, now that one also sold for full price, but what was the list price of the home? Was it A, $200,000, B, $210,000, or C, $215,000?
The price it sold for was $215,000.
So the correct answer was C.
And it's always a game with Bruce.
Bruce? Who's Bruce?
Oh, it's always a game.
What did you call it last week? Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
That's why I did that.
We'll go on listings if you ever have us out, and he remembers all the stuff, but he's like, what was their name? And so I'm always having to come up with their name or what the street was on.
Get ready for this one. Last week we talked about going south. Jeff, do you ever list houses down in Holiday and all these other places? Well, this one, we drove north. And the sellers live over in Mickey Mouse's house. So how did they find us, Michelle? Just hold on a second. Address is 2094 Deltona, listed for $284,995. First of all, question, how did they find us?
Their aunt lives in Timber Oaks.
Correct.
And so she said when they were looking to sell, because they live up in Jacksonville, and they said, who should we call? And they said, us. And the house is in Spring Hill, but we sell houses
I thought
in
they
Spring
lived
Hill.
out in Orlando by Mickey Mouse.
No, they lived in Jacksonville.
Well, who lives out by Mickey Mouse?
Hello, Jeopardy.
Oh my gosh. So that one sold, again, full price. I forgot to tell, I shouldn't have said it. Okay, and last but not least, this is one of my favorite little condos. Again, down at the other end of the county, 4303 Cedar Grove. We listed it for $120, sold for $120, and that was it. How much is that? Oh, I didn't get it.
You know what I liked about them is they had the two little rescue dogs. They were so adorable.
Yeah, they were cute.
They were so cute, and she. When we showed up, she was like getting ready. She was leaving the next day, and she's packing them all up, and
they were leaving
the way they went.
Handed us the keys.
And that was on the market maybe 24 hours.
I don't even think it was that long.
I don't either. I was being
the
generous.
biggest thing with that one was we couldn't figure out the water. They had the water to turn off the water valve in the front. Dave, we call it Dave. Dave's our maintenance man. I said, Dave, we can't find how to turn off the water. Because she said, please turn off the water after the house goes under contract. Well, I couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. We couldn't. Out in the front yard, on the corner, was the little shutoff. It was about like a little shutoff. Anyway, so that looks like about 800,000 sold this week, which was a short week because we only had 3 days.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have 13 houses closing the remainder of the year. And that'll bring us to a total of, Michelle, you want to tell everybody?
I said it would be 150, and that's what it's going to be.
And when did Michelle predicted we sold 147 last year. We sold 145 the year before that, and we sold 143 the year before that. So I figured we were going up to a year, we'd sell 149. Michelle predicted, I think it was June or July, that we were ahead a little bit, that we would close about 150, and looks like you're going to be right on the button.
I know. It's just kind of funny. Like I said in the Market Minute, that we do sell about the same amount every year.
Yes.
It's just you never know what the market's going to be. I mean, it's still, it's this roller coaster to get to December 31 and sell the 150 or close to it. But we can almost I'll go back calendars because I keep everything like 2020, 19, all the way back to 2016, and I'll say to Jeff, well, I bet we have about this many listings this week, and
we won't have any on the book.
Yep, so,
And then we get a call.
There we go. And so when it doesn't ring that true, which at the beginning of the week, I'm kind of like, but then by the end of the week, we get our number.
Okay, so our lowest price listing is $89,900. That's a condo down in Sun State. And our most expensive listing right now is $1.695. That's basically right up in Hudson. So as you can see, we go from one end of the spectrum to the other. Item we're going to talk about now, which has been has been in the realtor world a common topic, which is list track. And list track for us, Michele, you want to explain what list track is?
Well, list track is exactly what it kind of means. It's tracking how many people view our listings on Zillow, MLS, all the different ones.
Realtor.com.
I'm not sure if Realtor.com
really?
It's in its own.
Okay.
But it's always. But anyways, tell them the number. It's crazy.
7,265 people viewed our listings in the last 7 days.
And the thing is, you might say, oh, well, they have a lot of listings. That's only 7 listings.
Yes.
So about, 1,000 if you rounded, about 1,000 a piece. So, we only had, right now we only have 3.
3 or 4.
We only have 3 or 4 now. But for that statistic, we had 7 on the market at the time. So that's a lot. That's a lot.
And in our market, one of the new things that's happening around the country, and I called my good friend Tom Randall, who's out in Ames, Iowa, and I also sent an email to Russell Shaw, who's a really good friend of ours out in Arizona, and I asked them if they do preemptive offers. And Michele, you want to explain it? You want me to explain it?
Well, why don't you do the preemptive? I'll do the other one.
Okay, a preemptive offer means basically when you put a house on the market, let's say we listed your house for $300,000, we put it, and we listed it today, let's say today's Monday, and we put down that we're going to accept offers through Thursday unless we have what we call a preemptive offer, or one that's just, the buyer's just got to have the house, they're making the best offer in the world, and this is what they're doing, and they want to offer $330, and they want the house. That is a preemptive offer. We haven't ever done those.
No, but Bruce and Logan, they work other people's listings.
Yes.
We specialize in selling our own listings, but they'll go out and show other people's listings. And they've run across that, and they were kind of upset about one the other day because it said in the listing they were that offers had to be in by this day at this time, and then the agent went ahead and took a preemptive offer and closed it out before people even got it in on time, which they were very upset about that. So the lesson learned there is there's not really much thinking time with the market the way it is, so you've got to get your offer in, even if they give a cutoff date.
Do those numbers again real quick. Let me listen to this. These are the numbers on the market. Right now we have 450 houses on the market. Last year at this time, we had 718. In October, we had 574, and the year before, we had 719. So right now, we have about 268 less houses on the market. And we've actually done, 3 more than last year? If they all close,
yeah.
We'll all close. And the average house is up like 20-25%. Our average listing basically is up about 25% over last year.
Yep.
And they're all closing at, I think we're at 99.486% of list price, and our average house is on the market 17 days, which means, I don't know if we're the highest list price sale price ratio, but for 150, I don't know how anybody could beat that. And days on the market, I think the average house in the county is maybe 20-21. So all those are going to be about the same. But what a fantastic week we've had.
Definitely so, but we did want to talk about the highest and best.
Yes,
This is to our buyers, the people out there buying a house, and we're telling you because we have quite a few listings, but also if you're going to buy, on someone else's, people have to put their highest and best right up front, because what happens is when agents get multiple offers in and they're ranging, so if you're saying, oh, I'm going to go here and then they can get me up, most likely between here and here there are enough there. So you need to see what's comfortable. Nobody wants to be house poor where the only thing they can do is a house payment, but always put your best foot forward, because no longer do you have are you having to call for highest and best, and the only time that is when you have 2 offers that are exactly the same, then you go back to those 2 and say higher and best. But if you're making an offer on a home or you're looking, get your numbers and get that pre-approval for that number, because what happens is if you have to go back to the lender to have them change that pre-approval, that's time lost and it might be too late. So I mean, that's where agents get caught, is they have to wait. And if you're a listing agent, when you turn that packet in, you need to have that list price, you need to have those proof of funds, everything. So when those packets come in, you have everything there. And so that's the only thing I can say is, make your highest and best offer. And if you get it, great. And if you didn't, you did your best. And so that's all you can do.
Yes. So I think we did a good job today.
I think so.
Thank you very much for watching. Once again, I'm Jeff Meyer.
And I'm Michele Rame. We're with Star One Realty Group.
And this is our weekly market update. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much for watching.
And have a good day.
Hi, this is Jeff. Michelle's taking the video. Who we got standing over here?
Butch.
Butch, what did you do?
I called a friend, he bought the house.
You called a friend and he bought the house. Who do we have here?
Joyce Petty.
Joyce, who are you?
I was the owner.
Now, Joyce, what are you holding up here? What does it say?
I'm saying I'm holding a 3% total commission.
And what does that mean, Joyce?
That means I pay less.
You pay 3% commission instead of like 6. So you're
Wonderful.
saving like $3,000 or $4,000. Once again, this is my good friend now, Butch, and this is
Joyce.
And Joyce is getting a new. Joyce will be moving in what, about 10, 12 days?
The 10th.
And you're getting a new neighbor. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm Jeff. Michelle, she's taking the video. We're with Star One Realty. Call us today and start packing.